Last time, the following occurred. Um, there were some distinct shenanigans from Gunther about ale. Um, uh, Gunther repeatedly tried to lose the rest of the party. Um, and was successful in maybe unintentionally getting Broomhilda lost. Broomhilda was lost for nearly a few hours, most of the night, I'm sure. Um, and she got herself in a little bit of trouble, but the situation was rectified, and we got a little bit of information. Um, uh, some of uh, some of the fears uh, that were expressed uh, by oh my gosh, how did I forget his name? Oh my gosh.
Was it Master Rephram?
Yeah, Master Rephram. Some of the fears by Master Rephram turned out to maybe be a little bit true, as Broomhilda's definitely not crying attracted some attention to Master Rephram's abode, and you fought several very slimy creatures. These creatures seem to have psionic or psychic abilities, contact with their appendages seem to cause mental anguish, along with the bodily harm inflicted by their weapons. Further on in the night, after the shenanigans seemed over, the party went to White's Bucket and decided that upon waking, instead of going to see Constable Jute in the morning, Constable Jute in the morning, you would instead go to the asylum, Hopener Asylum, and as that was one of the last places that the now perished Jarme was. This is where he was kept. This is where he was kept leading up to his execution, and also where he was, where his body was taken after he was hanged. So, we will. Any other questions about what happened?
Not on my end.
No.
Okay,
No.
so we'll get right back into it with Daybreak here. There was more than a little bit of ale drinkage that happened last night, and everyone wakes up maybe a little bit later than they may usually, due to the late night. There is breakfast that's included with with your night's stay. Mr. White, if you find yourself going downstairs, Mr. White will have already begun instructing his cook to fix a breakfast of sausage and eggs.
What a progressive inn to be offering continental breakfast. Broomhilda certainly smells sausages, and she's fucking on the case.
All right.
Likewise, Krafla is drawn to the sausages and also to the eggs, but mostly the sausages.
Mostly the sausages.
Mostly the sausages.
Gunther's not too far behind.
Food sounds pretty good to me.
Absolutely. Mr. White definitely, after offering a few pleasantries, he does just go back to his back behind his counter and he himself probably already haven't eaten. He just sits there and waiting.
Krafla is probably eating pretty quickly. The as nice as the inn is, and as much as he enjoys the amenities, would sort of like to get on with it. So he's perhaps not savoring the breakfast so much as sort of wolfing it down, and perhaps then sort of turning an eye to his companions to try to indicate, hey, let's get ready to head out.
Yeah, we've got things to do.
Absolutely. And hey, I just want to say too, I'm terribly sorry about the other night. I heard what y'all had to say, and I'm gonna try to be better.
Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it.
Broomhilda shoots Corin a look.
No, it's fair. It's fair.
Where are we going again?
We're going to the asylum.
What's that?
It's a place for crazy people, I think.
Should I be concerned? I feel a bit concerned. I'm not crazy.
I think they might have thought that Jarme was crazy because he started killing people out of nowhere. That's where they were holding him before they killed him. So we're not going there to put one of us away, but we're going there on business.
Right, business. Think I could take a couple pocket sausages for the road.
Mr. White would not stop you.
Yeah, she fills up her pockets with sausages.
Could you roll a perception roll, please, Broomhilda?
Of course.
Okay.
Well, that's not unnerving.
Don't be unnerved. Broomhilda doesn't need to be unnerved either.
No, she's quite excited. She's got pockets full of sausages.
Oh man.
Well, fantastic. Shall we head that way? We got directions, right?
Yes. I think. Yes.
Corin sounds confident. I'll follow him.
Agreed.
Oh, yikes.
He is our captain, after all.
Yeah.
Do you remember which one it is?
Yeah, totally. I definitely remember where. Yeah, it's the. Yeah.
Also, I'm like absolutely my brain is blown. What it's Hope Nair. Like as in
Like
never
no
hope.
Yeah.
As in, like, no hope. Yeah.
You just
What-
realize that, Hobby?
Look, my brain is too full of ways to grow my Twitch audience.
You know what? I'm worried that maybe the gnome that lives behind my eyes might be smarter than you. It's a real concern. You should probably get a gnome. An eye gnome.
Yeah, send me a link. Send me a link.
Yeah, it's on Amazon. It's Bezos approved, don't worry about it.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
no thanks.
That's when my
Actually.
stream drops, because every time I tend to mention Bezos, something always fucky goes on.
Oh no.
It's fine, everything's fine. Everybody act natural.
All right. Yeah, it's actually quite close to White's Bucket. And
as we're walking to there, do we see those people in the, I think they were like red cloaks or something like that?
I don't believe so. I don't believe so. They seemed to be unless you're going like a long way or something. They seem to only be surrounding this tower here.
Okay.
The red and black marble tower. Not made of marbles, but of marble the stone.
God damn it.
Gotcha. All right. I guess I'm gonna lead everyone to the asylum.
All right. All right. The on the way there, you do pass a few of the militia, with their distinct star.
I'm trying to remember, like, as we're walking, the degree to which this place is polluted. I remember it being gross and filled with psychic horror fishmen people, but, like, is it gross to a point where, like, there are, like, no fish or no seabirds, or is there still something resembling an ecosystem?
This part is this part is decent. You can breathe in this part. However, in the top two quarters, it is definitely a little hard to breathe. Especially near these kind of muddy sewage bits. I described these as definitely multicolored kind of toxic sludge. I guess I don't think it's quite toxic as in it would hurt you to be to touch it, but definitely couldn't there would be no living thing in it.
Is it? Remind me the color of kind of an oil slick.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Except there are legitimately parts that are different colors. So not just having like a film of oil on the top, but there are parts of it that are legitimately green or purple, due to some of the chemicals that were dumped there from the various alchemical projects that take place now or have taken place there previously. But as we're a decent ways away from that, the air is breathable, and yeah, you can see it's pretty gross water, but it is water. As you approach the asylum, you see a sign. You see a sign on the bridge that goes to it, saying the name of the road. The name of the road is Lamp Licker's Way. And as you step onto the bridge, you can see the asylum is very clearly an old prison. It has bare walls, kind of faded beige, kind of painted brick. All of the windows are barred, and on the front gate, it's kind of a the walls are made of wrought iron, but the gate itself is a brick arch, and hanging from the arch is a sign, a wooden sign that on it says "Welcome home."
That feels ominous.
Yeah, no kidding.
Has anyone ever been to an asylum before? I guess I don't know what to expect.
I didn't even know what one was until today.
I got to admit, the Doom Vault didn't feel too far off, especially in some places.
Does it remind you more of like the Temples of Turmoil or like the Colon Pens? Maybe the Lakes of Madness? Sorry, just the one Lake of Madness.
Yeah, I don't really remember all the details.
What about the Predator pools?
Oh, were y'all over there in the Predator pools?
Yeah,
The forests of slaughter.
yeah, I think it was just the names of the places that really remind me of asylums. You know, Forest of Slaughter, and yeah. I guess I'll knock on the door and see if someone comes to the door.
Yep. Through the gate. The gate is slightly ajar, and as you push through the gate, it creaks loudly, of course. The door itself has is actually a pretty nice door. It has a piece of stained glass in it, depicting an 8-pointed star.
And does
And,
that align with the star on the militia as well?
No.
Okay.
The star on the militia is 6-pointed.
Thank you.
And the Corin, bad.
Yeah.
Um, this the entrance door doesn't seem to have a lock on it. It seems to be just kind of freestanding. And through the stained glass, you can kind of see a little bit of movement on the other side. It seems to be pretty bright beyond the door.
As we're
Well-
walking in, are there any like guards or patrols? With Corin saying it's kind of like the Doom Vault, and the sign above saying like "Welcome home." Gunther's kind of on guard here.
No, there are no guards, and the only security that you've seen is about the 8 or 9 foot wrought iron fence that surrounds the building.
Okay.
And of course the bars on all of the windows. As you
Open the door.
open the door, there is I would say a youth that kind of has a small desk, next to them, and beyond him, he has there seems to be a few different doors. They all seem very secure. There is one guard in this kind of like I guess this would be like an entryway. There's but it seems like that the door you came in is the only one that seems to be open. The youth, probably around 15, maybe 16, stares at you.
The guard, or the one that you called the youth, who I'm supposing is some kind of either a clerk or a doctor or something.
Yes. The youth is the one that's close to you. The guard seems to be further down the guard is further down the hallway or entryway, next to one of the doors, seeming to guard the door. After staring at you for probably a good 10, 15 seconds, he says, how can I help you?
Why are we here again?
I think we would like to request access to take a look at a part of the facility. We're not trying to check anyone in or out, but just as part of an investigation, we were looking to get access to one of the wards. I'm not exactly sure where we're headed, but I'm hoping that if we give you the name, perhaps you'd be able to help us.
He stares at you for another 5 seconds before responding. Okay, let me get a Dr. Trantor. Please wait here. I will be back presently. And he takes a clipboard that was on his like makeshift counter. He grabs it hurriedly and disappears behind the door closest to him.
Just reading his body language and how he shared that he's going to go find Dr. Trantor, would Gunther be able to read if he's going to be actually helpful or potentially try to string us along here?
Why don't you roll an insight check?
Happily.
Jesus.
He seems to be nervous but genuine.
Cool. Thank you.
I think if nothing happens in the immediate time following that, 10-15 seconds, I think Krafla will stroll around to the desk where the youth was sitting and sit down and sort of just begin looking it over, trying the drawers, anything like that.
Yeah, there seems to be kind of like little carvings, little scratchings into the desk itself. Like they seem to be like little stick figures. As you if you stroll around in this entryway, there are along the walls, which are the same painted kind of beigeish color as the outside. There are kind of like what I can only describe as motivational posters along the wall.
Do we get the classic kitty hang in there?
Yes. There is definitely one very similar to that.
Is there perchance a big glass bowl of some sort filled with dum-dums on the desk?
There are not. What
kind of doctor's office is this?
It's a repurposed prison. It's that kind of doctor's office.
I feel safe.
Did the guard have any reaction to Krafla kind of walking around and checking things
The guard it definitely has noticed you, but makes no motion to interact with you in any way.
I would like to approach the guard and offer him a pocket sausage in silence.
He looks at you, looks down at the sausage, and then shrugs and holds out his hand.
She places the sausage into his palm and says, haven't met anyone that could turn down a sausage. But man.
Says thanks.
You're welcome. Enjoy.
He eats the sausage. Probably not the strangest thing to happen to him at an asylum. I guess probably about a minute and a half passes by. When you begin to hear, I would say not running steps, but definitely rapid steps coming from behind the door that the young man disappeared behind. Seems to be two sets of steps. And the youth comes out, followed by I would describe her as prematurely old. Is definitely the features of someone about 40-ish, but definitely very gray. Her wrinkles very pronounced. She says, greetings. I am Emily Trantor, the doctor, and well, I guess I'm in charge here. I do regret to inform you that I am quite busy. There's more than 350 residents here at the asylum, and well, they need my attention. There's me and three others along with Bray here. Unfortunately, we can't pay Bray, but we do feed him and give him lodging here in the asylum. So, please let's maybe make this quick. What can I help you with?
We are investigators. We're interested in the fellow.
Thinking about Jarme.
You cut out. Craven.
Oh, gotcha. Sorry. Yes. We're investigating some of the circumstances behind Jarme. We're seeking permission to observe the area in which he was kept, and if, of course, someone who was present or familiar with either his behavior when he was brought in or during his time here, it would be lovely to speak with that person or those people. But in the interest of keeping this short, I understand that you may want to keep things brief.
As soon as you mention Jarme's name, like kind of like her entire demeanor kind of changes into one of I would say one of sadness. She says, "Oh, sweet Jarme. I tried, but he was taken from us. Of course, anything for a patient, he was indeed my patient, and no one has been put into his room as of late. So things are much as he left them when he was taken to the gallows. Please follow me.
As we walk, Gunther may just ask, can you remind me, and we may know this already, how long was Jarme in the asylum?
I believe he was here for about 2 weeks or so.
Okay, thank you.
Maybe a week and a half.
Who took him?
Well, after he received his expedited trial, the militia came. The militia came and sent him to the executioner. That's really quite strange. Many. And of course, she's explaining this as she's walking, but it's quite strange. It's no one was allowed to visit him. A priest or an inventor of some sort came. I believe his name was Master Rephram, and we were instructed to not let him speak with the patient. The guard wouldn't let him in.
Why was he here? I was told you only here if you're crazy. Was he crazy?
By my professional opinion, he was troubled. He was troubled for sure. We don't really use the word crazy around here, though. It will become once you see his small room here, you'll understand what I mean by troubled. He was quiet. Firmly resolute that he had no recollection of the killings. When I spoke to him, he was very polite. But I do have to say, I spoke with I spoke with the constable that brought him in, Constable Jute, and she said that the story she told, the evidence that she brought, there's pretty solid evidence against him. I that's just it seems very unlike uh the the man that I saw and interacted with. Hmm, maybe some kind of disorder.
Did you hear that there was another murder? It, I'm, I've lost track
She
of time here. Maybe
she
yesterday.
she breathes a big sigh. Yes, I did. I did. Whether this is some kind of copycat uh, or or the the killer not actually being caught, who's to say? But speaking of, I said that there were no visitors allowed. Uh, I actually that's not quite right. That's not quite right. There was one visitor. There's
Who was it?
one visitor. It was a very strange visit. As he doesn't leave his residence all that much. Mr. Dory came. I don't know if I'm assuming that you're uh maybe not from the styes.
No.
Is Mr. Dory someone that I or we would know?
I don't know if you've heard of him before. I'm trying to remember, but I don't think you have.
Definitely doesn't sound like a name that we would have
Um,
heard.
Yeah, it's not ringing a bell.
It
Okay.
was one of the terms that I heard Davis Rawl talking about, but I didn't
Yeah,
get a whole
yes,
lot of
yes.
context.
That's right. That is right. Um, that's what I'm remembering. Yes, you would have overheard Mr. Dory as one of the people that uh, Davis was speaking about. Um, seeing your confusion, she'll explain. Oh, well, Mr. Dory is one of the most powerful people uh, in this place. He's one of the counselors uh, that are kind of in charge of this place. Um, there are four counselors. Um, uh, they're usually not very public people, but we do know their names at least, and we know that they're fabulously wealthy, and they together they pay the salaries for the militia. The four counselors are Mr. Dory, of course, uh, an individual called Rashlin, an individual called Slyrus, and an individual called Thornwell.
Are these counselors administrators are representatives of the styes in particular, or of the city overall?
Of the styes only.
Yeah, if if Mr. Dory is as important as you say he is, it seems not
Yes.
unsurprising he would be able to visit, but surprising that he would come out to visit for.
And that is my take as well. It's very, very strange to see a counselor out and about at all, and even more strange to have them visit the asylum to uh, speak with a prisoner. Um, as-
A prisoner? Wait a minute. Is, this isn't a prison, is it?
well, the 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 more troubled the more troubled prisoners, instead of being sent to the uh, dungeon beneath the militia headquarters, if they need uh, possibly some treatment by myself or some of the other doctors here, um, they're sent here, and judging by how troubled Jarme was, he was sent here. This place is secure.
Was he
And
sent here because of the improved security of this place, or because it was believed he needed treatment?
he was sent here by well, Constable Jute made the call. Um, Judging by how confused he was uh, when she found him, and his uh, profession of innocence, uh, even to the noose. It's definitely, I think it was a good call. Good call by the constable.
It sounds as if Jute hoped that perhaps you would be able to help Jarme, but perhaps even if you weren't, that you would be able to learn something.
That is entirely true. Entirely true. And it's probably about this time where she's led you through a couple of uh, hallways, up a couple flights of stairs, um, uh, past a couple of locked doors, to which she has a key. She has some keys, um, and and at this last door that she's taken you to, there is yet another guard. Um, throughout most of the uh, most of the asylum, uh, people have been the residents have been walking around. Um, some of them muttering to themselves, some of them watching you with hawk-like with a hawk-like gaze. But beyond this door, there's no open doors to rooms. All of these rooms are definitely more similar to the previous use of a prison.
So have we gone from like bars and stuff to solid doors and solitary confinement?
Yes, yes. And so as she opens this door, she says, "This is where we keep those who have been involved in violent crime or have some more violent tendencies, just for their safety and the safety of the doctors. This is where we kept Jarme, due to the nature of his crime, though it seemed to have he seemed to have no violence in him in reality, but you can never be too safe. Just a little bit further here.
I'm sorry to drag us back to this subject, but you mentioned Mr. Dory came to visit.
Ah, yes.
When did he come to visit, if you don't mind, to the best of your recollection?
I believe, well, it was a very singular event, so I believe it was almost. I think it was 2 days. 2 days before he was taken away to be hanged. And
Thank you.
at that point, we had turned away Master Rephram probably 4 or 5 times. A little bit about Mr. Dory. He's a strange character. He supposedly has a skin condition. And it said he like exposure to sunlight kind of makes it act up. So he always wears like big heavy coats, and already an imposing figure. He it's a strange sight. Also something strange about him. He wears enormous amounts of perfume. Just chokingly fragrant. But he seems he's been a counselor and a resident of the Styes for as long as I can remember. He's a wealthy warehouse owner.
Has he always had the skin condition?
No, he hasn't. This has been in the last couple of years. Last couple of years, he's seemingly taken to the sickness. Well, that definitely means he's out less. So makes the visit to Jarma even more strange.
Yeah. Do you happen to know where Mr. Dory lives?
Yeah, he lives in a very singular warehouse. The warehouse has has a crane with a ship attached to it.
Has he always weared all the perfume, or is that since he's been sick? Maybe he's a bit stinky now that he's sick.
Yeah, that is definitely a common estimation. I think possibly that he a part of his condition is that he maybe smells a little bit. But I mean, it's working. It's working. I could scarcely smell more than the perfume for about a day afterwards, all along this hallway.
Has this town always been like this? Like dreary, foggy, generally stinky, water that looks like oil slicks, the whole lot.
She laughs a little bit and she says, has been for, well, since I've been alive. Some of the old timers say that it used to be nice. Maybe no more. But I'm still here, trying to help out where I can. Anyways, follow me. It's well, you'll see. As she comes back, as she opens the door, she kind of like she grabs a torch that was on the wall, and kind of brings it into the room to make it lighter, as there are no no windows in this room.
It's all right. I'm gonna walk over and touch the torch that she grabbed, and I'm gonna cast light on it.
Okay. Her eyes get a little bit wide, and then nods her thanks.
I hate the dark.
Let me show you. Don't mind this old man. I don't know why the old man is there, but this is what you see. There is a drawing on the wall. Let me Okay, whoever is inspecting this drawing, please make a straight intelligence check.
Just intelligence?
Just intelligence.
I wouldn't say Broomhilda is inspecting it, more just admiring the craftsmanship.
Oh my lord.
Don't look at me.
Oh my god. You guys.
Wizards, we are not.
Dumbasses.
All right.
Just for curiosity's sake, wow, guys, wow.
The highest, and she has -3.
-3.
Oh my lord! All right.
That's it. Campaign over. We did it.
So
Oh, there you are.
okay. Well, basically, what I'm gonna have y'all do is maybe ask questions about the drawing, and I will answer them for you in accordance with your intelligence checks.
Does it look like any kind of creature from like some kind of like sea monster from mythology that I would have known?
You all have seen this creature before. So
Like
you
in
will-
person?
Yes. So you will recognize it as a kraken.
Oh,
The creature in the center of the drawing.
right.
It if you look closely, it on 4 of its tentacles
Yeah, it
are
looks like those
shackles.
islands. Oh, shackles. That's okay.
Is it the Doom Vault where we saw a kraken?
You did. You saw a malformed and juvenile kraken, but a kraken nonetheless. You fought it for a couple of rounds and then realized it was too much for you.
I stand by that decision.
Yes, that decision definitely prevented a TPK.
Oh no.
I mean, one of you did go down. I don't know if you remember.
Oh yes.
Hobby, how are these drawn on here? Like, is there like chalk or something on the ground or around it? How are these?
Yes. There is a few discarded pieces of charcoal on the ground.
Brimhilda walks up and she picks up a piece of charcoal and she draws a mustache on the kraken. I feel like if maybe I made him a bit silly, then he wouldn't scare me so much. Cause I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm starting to have some flashbacks and I don't quite like it.
Have y'all seen a beast like that before?
Yeah, predator pools.
Yeah, Gunther probably would not have seen it. Probably didn't have access to the predator pools, but it doesn't surprise you that they would have kept a kraken in the predator pools, Gunther.
Yeah, I'd like to say that I've never ran away from a battle in my life, but I can't. And this guy is why. So I draw a silly mustache on him, and I'm not gonna think about it.
What is that?
You're
thing
not
that
worried
looks
about
like-
an exceptionally masculine kraken?
Would you like me to draw more on him?
Is there some kind of writing on the shackles or associated with the shackles?
No, Corn, I can't read.
Yeah, this is Corin trying to read it. Corin would. I would never ask you to do something so.
It's there are words there, but it's very they don't seem to really make much sense.
Can Gunther take just a minute and try to copy those words onto a sheet of parchment or something for later?
Sure.
As he's doing that, he'll take notice of this other fish-looking creature.
Yeah, I was just thinking about the same thing.
Has Gunther ever seen something like that before? It looks to him like a little bit like a shark, but he could be off.
It looks like a fish with a couple tails. It's so the writing, it's not like the intelligence check isn't affecting whether or not you can read this. So I'm just making sure. It's just like it is scrawled. It is scrawled in a way that it leaves. Like you would be guessing at what was trying to be conveyed in the letters. It just seems it's very jumbled together.
So like we can't make out the script, not like
Right.
it's encoded,
Oh.
or maybe it's encoded, but we can't tell because we can't figure out which letters are fucking what.
Right.
Does it seem like a different alphabet, or does it look like someone like Jarme has just written over the top of the words over and over and over, like trying to change what he was meaning?
A little bit of both, actually. There is one word that is legible, and it is near the multi-tailed fish-like creature, and it just says, it's two words. It says,
Burke lives.
"It whispers." No, it does not say Burke lives. Does not. It says, "It whispers."
Does Broomhilda recognize this like skyline of whatever city this is below?
Yes. This is a very similar view to what you would have seen coming into the styes. This is the skyline of the styes.
And just to refresh my memory from the last session, when Broomhilda fought the guys in the alleyway, what did their faces look like? Were they like this? Did they have like squiddy faces?
Let me let me see if I can find the picture of
Yeah.
them again. There he is. There's the boy. There he is, Mr. Scum.
Broomhilda is going to look at her companions and say, you know, I don't quite know what it is, but for some reason, in this moment, I'm feeling like I'm the smartest person in this room. And, you know, this never happened for me, so I'm going to just ride the wave, and I'm going to pretend like I'm one of you for just a moment, and say that, for remember the guys that I fought in the alleyway, that they heard me. I wasn't crying, but they heard me, and they came and fought me. They were kind of, they have like a squiddy bit to them. And when they touched you, they gave you the mind screwies. Maybe this could be happening here. Maybe there's some kind of bigger squid man out there that could touch your mind and do even worse bits to you. Just a thought, really.
You know, that kind of makes sense.
Dr. Trantor, what did Jerome say about these illustrations on the wall?
He when I asked him about it, he just kind of shrugged. I don't. He has. It's possible that he did these drawings in one of his kind of states.
It states? What's that mean?
Well, if he claims to have no memory of at least killing the individual that he was found over with the knife in his hand, he may be suffering some kind of mental affliction where he enters some kind of fugue state. Doesn't necessarily know what he's doing. And judging by his reaction to this, almost like what?
Almost like something could be controlling him. You guys notice that, like, this is the most involved Broomhilda's ever been in any sort of questioning. By now, she's normally asleep with, like, a sausage hanging out of her mouth.
Or breaking things.
Or breaking things, yeah. I feel like there's nothing in here that she could actually break, though. So maybe this is the best place for her to be Detective Broomhilda.
Nothing is off the table at this point.
You know, guys, I really think we should go talk to this Dory character. I think there's something a bit fishy about him, too.
I agree. I think that would be a good idea. Before we go, though, Doctor, does the following mean anything to you? The Whisperer commands it. His unholy will be done. Dark to dark, depths to depths, tools must be won. Debrez.
Debrez. Well, everything else besides that name doesn't really ring a bell, except for, well, it says right here, and as she points to the words next to the fish creature, says it whispers. It kind of rings true, but Debrez, that name sounds familiar. I think maybe 50, 100 years ago, and he was some kind of cult leader. maybe a little bit of a strange character, I'm sure, but definitely that's more for a historian rather than a physician.
You got any of those around town?
Not much anymore. Yeah, honestly, I don't
What
know, I don't know who would be the best person to contact about information about Debrez.
what about a library? I mean, I can't read, but I'm sure with all four of our brains combined, we could get somewhere.
I'm sure the public library owned by the city was closed down about 12, 15 years ago, and all of its books have been moved into private collections. I have some books in my residence and in my office, but they're books about healing magic and.
But do you know anybody in town that might be interested in this sort of stuff that, would collect a book like this?
One of the counselors, I'm sure, but it's very hard to get an audience with one of them.
How does someone go about doing that, by the way? Getting an audience?
Well, Mr. Dory runs a business, so I'll go to his place of business and ask.
Would you say that's normally where he is?
Oh, I'm sure. I believe he lives in or next to his warehouse.
What about the other ones?
Well, Thornwell lives in Thornwell Tower. Let's see,
Where is that at?
well, it's, well, you can't miss it. It's a red and black marble tower.
Marble Tower. Yeah. Okay.
There's Rashlin lives in Rashlin Manor.
I see these guys are like the creative types.
What? What do you mean?
Yeah, like the real creative and the naming stuff.
That's
I
their name.
agree.
That's their names. Possibly some kind of family name.
And I'm sorry, I didn't catch it. Where does that Slyrus fellow live?
I don't know. I'm guessing somewhere in the Merchant's Quarter. He's definitely one of the more secretive of the bunch.
Right then. Well, you got anything else that we should be looking at, or is this it? Just the pictures?
That just this.
And you haven't got any files or nothing like that.
Well, I have what I've told you. I've shared everything I know.
What was your conclusions or your impressions, as a doctor on Jarme?
Like I said, it's heartbreaking, but
I mean, you spoke
unfortunately,
about
I
the
think he
evidence.
did do it.
But you weren't really asked to uh, uh, inspect the evidence so much, right? You were, I think, more interested in, you know, his sanity. If the man was, you know, mad or under the influence of spirits or that sort of thing, right? I would have imagined that the constable already knew what they needed to know about how he was found. I'm curious what you thought about Jarme as a student of mental health and of the mind.
He, like I said, he was troubled. He was troubled at um unfortunately I didn't get to really examine him as long as I would have liked. Um only really a quite preliminary study of him was formed. And just being here for a week and a half, I didn't even get to have some of my colleagues uh, enter his cell and interview him either. So unfortunately, my findings were scant. They were I didn't quite get to do my job.
Seems a bit odd that they would bring him here, but not let you do your job.
Yeah. The expedited I understand why they did it. This expedited trial and all this, they wanted to reassure the people that the lantern killings were over, and that they had found the culprit, and the culprit would be put to justice. Unfortunately, it seems to not have stopped the killing, and now we won't be able to know anything about Jarme.
The execution? How did they do it?
He was hanged.
And what do they do with criminals after they execute them?
Well, usually they're buried. In this case, his body was brought back here, into the basement.
Is he still here?
No, in the basement is our crematorium. His ashes were then scattered into the waves.
On whose orders?
The militia. The militia had full custody of the body.
Do you know, was that under the direction of Constable Jute or another member of the militia?
Well, Constable Jute is fairly high, fairly high in the ranks, but I don't recall seeing her. Possibly these orders came from higher than that.
Gunther's attention is still on this drawing. Do you happen to know, Doctor? I'm sorry to keep jumping around, but when did he draw this? Was it before or after Mr. Dory's visit?
It was right before, I recall, and he must have drawn it during the night sometime. Because as I escorted Mr. Dory into the room, that's when I first saw it. And before you ask, I was told to leave the floor. I have no recollection of, not recollection, no knowledge of anything that was said.
Oh no, I wouldn't expect you to. You've been incredibly generous with your time. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, I should be getting back to my other patients. Well, let me show you the way out.
As we're stepping out, Javi, there's something I'd like to ask about. I don't know if I'd be able to pull it off in this case, considering we've already rolled. I have this class feature, Eye for Detail, that might allow me to make an investigation check to uncover or decipher clues. Would that be relevant in this case at all? Before we exit?
Investigation would not help you, no.
Okay.
You've uncovered most of. It's just like you can. There's not very many things hidden, if any.
That sounds good. Just dotting my I's, crossing my T's.
Elliot, are you looking for details in the drawing, or are you looking for hidden bits in the room, like a loose brick that he hid crap behind or something like that?
Yeah, I think, as I was thinking about it, probably he'd be focused on the drawing. So although I wrote down in my notes at one point, I was like, I should really keep an eye out for like messages or scrawlings. I think this has kind of consumed Gunther's attention. And it sounds like we've reviewed this pretty thoroughly, so
Yeah.
all good.
Yeah, you're there's no hidden message. It's pretty solidly a drawing of someone not quite with it.
Perfect. Gunther will walk out with the doctor.
All right, and yeah, she leads you back through a couple doors and through some hallways, and then leads you to the entryway. And probably extends her hand to shake, and bids you adieu.
Once we get back onto the street, Brumhilda's gonna look at you guys and be like, I don't know what came over me in there.
You seemed inspired, Brumhilda.
That was impressive.
I'd agree. That was incredible, Brumhilda. You did great.
Thank you. I'm feeling pretty good, you know? I'm feeling like maybe I could read a word or solve a very small equation. think we should go to the story guy's house.
Yeah.
Or business or whatever. And, you know, I think we should do it, maybe we should break in. I think it'd be more fun that way. I'm a bit bored, yeah, all that talking has really took it out of me. I could use a couple swings of my warhammer.
What do the rest of y'all think?
I'm concerned about the consequences of assaulting a councilman.
I am as well. But I'm also worried about the consequences of aboard Broomhilda.
Well, you know, I'm a bit concerned that he's grown a bit stinky and he's wandering around in a trench coat. You remember the last time we ran into someone who was wandering around in a trench coat?
Broomhilda, if being stinky was a crime, we would have had to lock you up weeks ago.
Ah, no, I'm like a good kind of stink, you know? I'm like a well-seasoned pan. Or like an old sausage.
Grafla is genuinely confused and trying to figure out if she's projecting those things as positive, like in a straight face.
She definitely is. Like this is she's quite proud of her smells.
I'm sorry. Have y'all run into someone in a trench coat before?
Weren't the scum in trench coats? Or
They sure were.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's right.
I fucking remember something from 2 months ago. Look at me go. Me and Broomhilda are on our game today.
I just didn't get a good look at them because by the time we got there, they were almost all dead, you know? That's all. That's it.
Yeah, they was in trench coats. I just think it's a bit of a funny coincidence, you know? And I don't quite remember them smelling so great neither. And they have funny skin. I don't know about you guys, but I think if we go in just announcing ourselves, looking for them, and it's not going to spell much better for us than if we just break in and do our own work, you know?
If we were to break in Broomhilda, would you want to have a conversation with Mr. Dory? Or would you just want to look around his place? His warehouse?
I mean, you know, with the way I'm feeling right now, I feel like I could have a conversation. I feel like we should meet him, you know? I don't know. I was just the way he was described and that this is something newer, it just puts me on edge.
I trust you. I think if you think this is the best way to go about it, I'll back you. Much like our friends here, I'm a little worried about the method, but I agree with you. We've got to have a conversation with this guy.
I would like to know how this conversation will end in such a way that we will not need to immediately leave the city.
I don't know what you're talking about, Grafla.
If we break into this man's home and we threaten him, he will turn the militia on us, and they will either overpower us, or we'll have to kill all of them, or we'll have to leave. None of those things are good. How do we make that not happen?
Yeah, but if me hunch is right, and, you know, something fishy is going on, and maybe he's not the man everyone thinks he is, then maybe we're doing them a favor, and we won't get in any trouble.
You talking about killing him?
No, you know, I didn't say it. I didn't say it.
I'm just gonna, as we're having this conversation on the street, I'm guessing. Can I just do a perception check to make sure no one's listening to us as we plot the potential murder of a counselor?
Yeah, go ahead. Perception, please. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be any people walking about.
Hey, I like this conversation. I think we're having a good conversation. I'm a little worried about the environment we're having it in. If the wrong person was to walk by, we might be in some trouble, regardless of any action we're talking about taking here. Should we maybe go somewhere to have this kind of a conversation, figure out a game plan, and then act? Either tonight or tomorrow morning?
Yeah, I think we should just go.
I'm not breaking in until I'm satisfied that we have some sort of a plan to not be the target of the entire city guard because an angry Mr. Dory told them to kill us.
Why you gotta overthink everything, Crawfla?
I don't ask for a lot, but not being killed by the entire city guard is something that I'm going to be pretty firm on.
Yeah, I think best case scenario is we get kicked out of town forever. And that would make finishing this job very difficult.
Well, what if we just went and we just poked around a bit? You know? We just scope out the situation. Maybe on our way there'll be a place where we could have a talk. With a little bit more privacy.
I agree. And something for us to keep in the back pocket as well is that if we get an audience with Mr. Dory and we get good eyes on him, Gunther will use the Hat of Disguise to just transform himself into someone else really quick and then back into himself. This might serve as a little bit of a get out of jail free card. If angry guards come for us. No guarantees, but just thinking out all our options here.
Well, you're the only one with the hat. What did you have in mind?
Well, I'm sure I could. If it came down to it in a heated moment, I'm sure I could play the part of Mr. Dory. Potentially remove some of the heat off of us if that's what we're dealing with. I don't know. Just spitballing here.
A broad smile comes over Krafla's face. I don't know if you can pull that off, but damn if I don't love the idea.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic.
Fine, I'm in. But I'll remind you that if Dory is cross with us and we leave his premises and he's alive, this is one of the foremost powerful men in the town, and I won't be sticking around very long to face whatever consequences you can dream up for us.
Oh, there you are.
Oh, stop getting your knickers in a twist, Crawfla.
I'm not too keen to die in glorious battle, Broomhilda.
And to be fair, Broomhilda, I'm pretty sure if it came down to a fight between us and the city guard, I won't speak for the rest of y'all, but I'd crumple like a tin can.
Well, I'm not afraid of anybody.
I'd
Afraid of
probably get
everybody?
kicked around.
Because they're going to use everybody.
I feel like you're being just a wee bit dramatic, you know? Or let's just go.
Okay.
Let's just go. Let's just
Alright.
see, okay? I'm
Alright.
real bored, Craftler.
You've
Throw
done
me a
real
freaking bone.
You've done real well so far today, Broomhilda. I'll give you that.
I'm
Let's
on
go
top
see
of me game today.
You are.
I haven't even had a
sip.
sip of ale yet.
As we walk, Gunthrill just asked the question. It whispers. That's the second time we're seeing that now. First in the poem, now in the drawing. Should we be concerned about something whispering? Broomhilda, do those
Yes.
people whisper at you the other night?
In your mind. In your mind, Gunther.
Wait, they actually talk to you?
Oh man, I'm trying to like recall. I feel like there was like Hobby,
Yeah.
refresh me.
Vaguely, yes. Vaguely, yes. Nothing.
Nothing that we could
Nothing-
understand, right?
Right. But yeah, there was some discordant mutterings. That is definitely what did psychic damage to you.
Right. Yeah, Gunther, in my mind. It's too quiet to quite understand, you know, it's a bit muttery. But it hurt. It hurt a lot. And I would like to not have that happen again.
Yeah, let's try to avoid that if we can.
Yeah. You think maybe we could make us like a set of tinfoil hats to protect us from the wisp? I've seen people doing weird things like that before, and they make hats out of like foils and stuff, and then they think that it protects the brains.
Does it work?
I don't know. I never had to deal with whispering monsters in me head.
I don't know that I'm familiar with what tinfoil is.
It's like a real skinny metal.
Huh.
Don't
Man, I
worry
missed out
about
a
it.
lot.
Yeah.
Corin, you were saying that we should be worried?
I mean, all I know is, right, Broomhilda fought some kind of tentacle-y monsters that were whispering at her, and then we found this drawing of a kraken with other fish monsters talking about whispers. And look, I remember the fight that we had against the mutated baby kraken in the Doom Vault, and I'm a little freaked out. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's all in my head, but
Well, if it had just appeared the once, I might be keen to agree with you, but twice now, that's close to a pattern. We should just tread carefully. Keep our eyes up, you know?
Yeah, let's keep treading, though. We can speculate all we like, but it's not going to get us closer to Dory's warehouse.
Agreed. Let's rock and roll.
All right. You do know where the warehouse is, judging by the
description, right? Sounds
description.
familiar.
Yeah, it is this building here. So yeah,
Yes, on to the
straight
warehouse.
for the warehouse.
Yeah.
It is still morning time. There's people heading to work in the warehouses in this district, in the Alchemist Quarter. So yeah, as you walk along, the pathway, which path do you take? Do you take the route back into here, or do you go this way?
Can you click on where the warehouse is?
The warehouse is on.
Oh, okay. All right.
On here.
Oh, sorry. I still had images up from earlier.
We lost. We
Oh my
lost
God,
Iliad.
that's
Iliad, do we
awesome.
still have you in voice?
I don't think so. I think he just turned off his computer entirely. That is unfortunate.
Oh no.
Okay. Well, we'll take a short break here.
Yeah, perfect. I need
I-
to use the ladies' room.
Yeah, I
that's
need to
perfect timing.
get some water as well. All right.
We'll be
I'll
right
be
back, guys. Quick break. All right. I think we're just waiting on Gunther, who accidentally turned his computer off. But I have a snack now, so it's fine. It's fine. What a weird night for Broomhilda. Right? Like,
Welcome back.
who would have thought she's the smartest?
I feel like such amateur hour.
Oh no, buddy. Welcome back.
Yeah, the light switch to my stairs is right next to a light switch that, for some reason, controls an outlet in one of my bedrooms, which happens to be where my computer is.
Oh no.
That's concerning.
Yeah. When I flipped the switch and the stairs lights didn't turn off, I was like, uh-oh.
Wrong one.
Oops.
Should put a
Sorry
piece
about
of
that.
tape over that one.
That'd be very smart. I really should. Anyway, I'm back in. So sorry.
No, it's fine. Yeah,
Obviously, Vlad.
about time for a little break, anyways. All right. Are we all returned?
I think so. I'm back.
All right. Craver, you back? Or if you never left?
Oh,
well.
there you are.
Judging by no response, I think Craver is still away. Well, we will await his return. How's the weather?
It has been raining for 2
Frigid.
days straight.
Fucking cool.
It's like, it was like 80 and fucking muggy today. It was stupid.
It was awful. It was awful today.
Yeah, it's been gross.
It has been pretty gross here as well. Yeah,
My dogs are going stir crazy.
I think Chicago had its last good day of weather yesterday. We went from 75 to like 35 today. And it looks like it's just going to stay that way.
I'm back. Sorry, folks.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Just talking about the weather, you know what I'm saying? All right.
I would like to add that while we're on our way to the warehouse, Broomhilda is kind of in the back following everybody, and she casts thaumaturgy, and in Krafla and Corin's ears, they begin hearing ominous whispers that
You
only they
bet.
can hear.
All right.
Guys, we should probably pick up the pace.
Sure thing. Gunther starts jogging.
Yeah, Corin is borderline running.
Yeah. Well, I would say everyone around you is not running. They are calmly, slowly walking. So this definitely would draw more than a little bit of attention to your party. But it does make you get there faster. So,
Who attacked Mr. Dory? Could it have been that group sprinting through town from the asylum?
I mean, nothing seems out of the ordinary to me.
Yeah, they're not sus at all.
Am I correct, Hobby, in remembering that Mr. Dory's warehouse is maybe about here on the map?
yeah, I think we talked about that while you were
Gotcha.
turning off your
just
yes.
let Peter take a little power nap.
While you were
just-
busy
okay.
doing
Little
very
sleepy
important
time.
smooth brain things. One of my viewers suggested that maybe you remove that light switch and just put a flat panel there.
All of these are great ideas. I'm just saying.
Yes. This is where the where Mr. Dory's warehouse is.
Awesome.
As you cross these bridges, in particular this bridge, the aroma hits you like a truck. I get maybe a cart. I don't think they have trucks. A fully laden cart, and
I wonder if they have hand trucks.
It hits us like a ship.
It's like a ship, exactly. Filled to the brim with fine ale. And yeah, it's bad. It's bad. Yeah.
What does this? Please, can you describe to us this smell of smelly smells?
A a a an acrid belch of toxic waste. It's a little bit sweet. But not in a good way. It's like a lemon that's gone bad.
Gross.
Yeah.
How do other people walking around react? Do they wear masks? Do they just live with it? What's the vibe?
They just live with it. They just live with it. They seem to maybe have gotten used to the odor, maybe have gotten maybe are so resigned to their fate that they don't truly care for their bodily I guess safety, comfort. But okay, so as you, I do have a description of Mr. Dory's warehouse. Coming around, so the kind of this muddy, sludgy pit seems to be the back of the warehouse. There's a tall fence that's that blocks easy access into the rear of the warehouse, where the crane and the boat are. But around the front, which would be like on this side, you come to the entrance. Mr. Dory's warehouse is a 3-story stone building, roofed in slate and dotted with iron-barred windows. Its walls and roof appear to be coated with a bituminous black gruel, an accumulation of the pollution that belches from nearby alchemists' workshops. Behind the warehouse spreads a gray-green pit of mud. A huge, rickety crane protrudes from the far wall of the warehouse, its limbs rusted and bent. Dangling from it is the dripping hulk of a ship, hanging some 50 feet above the greasy mud. That is the outside description of Mr. Dory's warehouse.
What's the play here, y'all? What time of day is it?
It is still morning.
Okay. Yeah. What's the play here? Head on in?
You do see a couple of people coming in and out. And you hear passing by the rear of the building. You did hear some sounds of maybe boxes being broken open, moved around, etc. Warehouse sounds. Normal warehouse sounds.
Do people look pretty focused on their tasks around here?
But the people that seem to be coming through this front door seem to be pretty stoic. Maybe a little chagrined. They most likely are arriving to work.
Maybe we work here. Maybe there's a really good reason for us to be armed and armored and not recognized by everybody. Maybe we are on official business of some sort. Maybe we are friends of Dory or friends of a different counselor. Maybe we are important people from out of town. We can be probably anybody but ourselves. Unless, of course, that is what you want to be.
No, I think anyone else is a good idea.
Oh, can I be a whale again? That was fun, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
I'm not quite sure I want to swim in these waters.
Do you have a preference, Broomhilda? I mean, I'm hoping that your preference is not murdering dock workers, but I figured I'd better ask.
What you mean? I don't want to murder the dock workers. I just want to get in there and find out about this guy.
Gunther, any ideas?
Maybe we could stake the joint. We could watch it, and then make our play tonight when it's a little less busy.
Well, that sounds like a good idea.
I'm just a little worried because I know, Brimhilda, you want to act, and a stakeout is a lot of nothing.
Well, maybe Crawford could turn me into some sort of animal, and I could go, strutting about inside.
It's not a bad idea.
I could. I haven't seen a whole lot of animals around here, but maybe some vermin. Hobby, I seem to remember asking about, that sort of vermin. Are there any crabs or rats or seabirds or that sort of thing, right?
Yeah. There are all three of those.
A vermin? What's that mean?
A little critter, a little creepy crawly, like a rat or something.
I want to be something cute.
What would you like to be, Broomhilda?
I don't know.
Not a rat. What about a mouse?
I don't rightly like mice very much, I've had them steal bits of me beard while I was sleeping before for the little nests. Not a fan.
Do you like cats, dogs?
Well, what kind of animals you think would be okay to be in around this place? You think if I were a kitty cat that no one would really notice me?
They might. People like cats, but they might just think that you're here to eat the rats.
Ah. That would be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's a pretty good plan.
Yeah, make me a little kitty cat. Like a little orange one. Yeah?
I was thinking black to go with all the soot and grime.
Yeah, but you know, I feel like I gotta represent me hair color.
I can give you 1 hour.
1 hour. Yeah, I could get a lot done. 1 hour. What happens after an hour?
You turn back into a dwarf.
Oh. Yeah. So, I'm not always the best at telling time. So I guess I'll just take like a real good estimate. I guess we'll see what happens, yeah? I'm sure it'll be fine. You know, I am feeling real smart today.
Just play it on the safe side, you know?
Yeah, that's me, Brimilda. Safe side Brimilda, that's what they call me.
They do not.
So
You
let's
don't
start-
know that, Corin. Maybe someone
So-
somewhere calls me that.
I don't think anyone does.
I think maybe you should mind your own business, Corin.
Well, I would argue that this is part of my business.
Me nicknames ain't got nothing to do with you, Corin.
Your ability to succeed at what you are trying to do does, though.
You know, I feel like I've been succeeding quite a bit today. Maybe more than you, Corin. So maybe you ought to be hurting my feelings like that. It's a bit forward.
I wasn't trying to hurt your feelings. I just wanna make sure you're not gonna get too far in over your head and then get in trouble.
I'll be fine. Don't worry. I'm not scared if that's what you think.
You're never scared, and
No.
that's what scares me.
She like thinks about this. Yeah, I don't understand. When do I get to be a cat?
Craftla, a word real quick.
Mhm.
Gunther will step to the side with Craftla as they're arguing and just say, it might not be the worst idea. I don't know if this is something you can do, but it might not be the worst idea if she goes in there that maybe you follow in a similar animal form. It probably doesn't hurt to have backup in case something goes sideways. What do you think?
I think I better not choose a mouse.
Probably keep birds off the list too.
I like birds, though.
Bird wouldn't be a bad idea if you stayed out of her sight. Does she retain her faculties when you turn her?
No and yes. She's still her, but a great number of her characteristics are become the creature that I turn her into.
Okay. I imagine
So,
at this point
This is going to be a kitty with the personality of Broomhilda, but the is it? But the intelligence of a kitty.
Yeah, don't worry. I only lose 1 point of intelligence as a cat.
I mean, I think we got a plan here. I don't know if it's a good one, but we've got a plan at least, and it sounds like it'll satiate Brumhilda. So, oh, y'all are finished talking. Oh, how long have y'all been listening?
Listening to what? Can I be a cat now?
That's the plan. And I think there's a pretty good chance that I may try to come in as well as some sort of critter myself. But I'm not going to be a mouse, so hopefully you don't have to worry about eating me by mistake.
Are you gonna be a cat too?
Would you like a cat friend?
Yeah, as long as you just don't try to get fresh with me.
Sure then. And I will say, Gunther, that if it should be necessary, I would imagine that you could pull off a pretty convincing warehouse worker if you needed to.
I was just thinking about that. Would you like me to be on the inside as y'all are walking around, or Corin, would you prefer I stay out here with you?
I mean, I could change my own visage for about an hour. So long as everything we're doing is only gonna take up to an hour, I could go in there with you and look and act, try to act like a dock, like a warehouse worker, I suppose.
So we could fully infiltrate this place between two animals and two disguises, if lack of a better term.
Yeah, that's what it would seem like to me, yes.
Oh, I feel like me intelligence is rubbing off on everyone around me.
It's not.
That's rude. That's not very nice, Corin.
We can all go inside. What we can't do is two cats and two warehouse workers be marching up to the boss man's door.
Yeah, that's true.
How about this? Corin, is there any way you can communicate with them when they're on the inside?
Nope.
And there's probably no way for y'all to communicate with us when you're on the inside, since you'll be cats.
I think we should ad hoc it and plan to meet back out here instead of trying to plan on making a move. Now, of course, if you hear a commotion, please come try to save our lives. But
All right, y'all feel free to go in first. We'll be right behind you.
Well, what if it just, just to maybe not be too suspicious? What if one kitty and one person go together inside? I could go with Gunther, because he's my boyfriend. And Corin and Crawford could go together. And I feel like we could cover a lot of ground.
Gunther, do you want to deliver the new rat catcher?
I surely could. Yeah. I think. Will it be suspicious if two separate rat catchers walk? I feel like we might be overthinking this just a little bit. I think we ought to just act and adjust. I think Craftly, I heard you say ad hoc. Don't know what that means.
I don't know either.
But I'm here for it.
Yeah, I don't know either. It sounds like something you do if you ate too fast.
Let's just wing it. But the plan is not to make a confrontation now.
Right.
Scope it out, report back.
Yes. No confrontations.
All right, come here.
Right.
You're going to be adorable.
Yes, of course. I'm always adorable.
Yeah, but like fuzzy adorable.
Yes, well, it's debatable if I'm already fuzzy adorable too, but you know, whatever.
All right. I'm going to do the best that I can to match the color.
She stands like as straight as possible.
Krafla puts his hand on Broomhilda's head, which suddenly gets a lot closer to the ground.
As she's shrinking, she's just letting out this. Oh!
I'm guessing you like went into some kind of alley to do
Yes,
this.
please.
Please.
Like I don't want to play the game for you, but
I hope we did, because I feel like Broomhilda's intelligence wore off as soon as we left the asylum.
yeah,
We're just standing in front of the warehouse.
like
All right, hear us out.
This is how we're going to break in. So we're going to do some
Yeah,
spying, and we're going to do some magic.
Whatever happens, don't kill Mr. Dory.
yeah, you know, I think an alley was attained.
I feel like Krafla and Corin would at least be smart enough to put us in an alley for this. Thanks,
Looks like
Diana.
there's a lovely alley right there.
Yes, we have I think a minimal capability for subtlety.
Yeah.
All right.
I do like a little like stampy prance, arch my back, run through Gunther's legs kind of thing. Like a cute little kitty cat. I'm imagining I'm like a little orange tabby.
Yeah. Orange tabby.
Yeah.
Gunther will take one piece of string that he's had on his person this whole time and just drop it to let Broomhilda play with it for a second while we figure out next steps.
Yep, she is properly distracted. She is just rolling around like a little baby, playing with that string.
So that's it. That's it for the spying. We know what she's going to be up to for the next hour.
Oh, I shouldn't have done that, should I? Oh, I tried to take the string away.
I hiss. I do that thing that cats do where they just like flex their paw and just dig into whatever they don't want to give.
I have made a
Well, that
mistake.
complicates things. We had a pretty decent plan going too.
Broomhilda,
turns
please,
into a
Broomhilda.
cat.
I would say after like you've yanked it a few times, it just kind of like rips off of my paws and you have retrieved it again. And I am looking at you very disappointed.
Gunther will just say, "We got it. We got to finish the job first. Got to finish the job." And he'll point over at the warehouse.
Meow.
All right. There's nowhere to enter the warehouse through the front, but I'm sure there would be some kind of cat access.
I feel like Broomhilda would go around to
Behind
where
the
they were,
back.
where they're like loading
Yeah.
boxes and stuff and kind of like slink in through the back door.
Yep. There's gonna this fence that surrounds the rear isn't cat proof. So yeah, you would definitely find a way into the rear.
Cat Broomhilda is being trailed by Cat Krafla by maybe 2 or 3 cat lengths.
What does Cat Krafla look like?
Cat Krafla is kind of like a gray and brown, like kind of sort of like a tabby, but like not as much of a brilliant red, kind of like
Okay.
a dirtier look.
Yeah. I'd like to think that Cat Broomhilda, the orange tabby, is also kind of like squatty and thick in stature, as most orange cats normally are. And they're kind of fat. She's a kind of fat cat, but she's also kind of short. I'm assuming this is a pretty big warehouse.
It's decently sized. So it is that would be 1,000 feet. No, not 1,000. 100. 100 feet by about 50 feet. Why am I'm big dumb. Yeah, it's about 100 by 50.
What does she see when she goes in through the back door?
You see a kind of a decently sized fenced-in area. There is, I would say, probably just only 2 people that seem to be opening a crate with a crowbar.
Can I see what's in any of the crates? Are there any like opened crates?
You can. What is? I don't have a stat block for a cat, but
I can send you the one I pulled up from Roll20.
that would be nice.
I'm gonna drop it in Discord.
Thank you.
I tried searching Cat 5e and just got a bunch of cable recommendations.
Yeah. It's the Cat 5 cable.
I just searched cat D&D stats.
Okay, so you do have advantage on perception checks.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and make one of those for me.
Okay, so I have a
Your
+1.
your wisdom is 12.
Yeah, I have a +1 then. So I'm just gonna roll a D20.
Yes.
I'd say that probably
Yeah, that definitely
a 19.
That definitely does it.
Yeah.
That is completely fine for our purposes. I would say you recognize kind of like glass shapes, filled with various colors of liquids. Judging that the name of this place is indeed the Alchemist's Quarter. Possibly some alchemical supplies. Let me let me transfer you all to a map.
While you're doing that, I'm going to show my viewers what Brunhilde looks like right now.
Okay, while you're doing that, I'm uploading my own canon on what I think you look like, because I had a ginger kitty.
I will send the picture in Discord for you guys.
Oh no! Oh
It's
no!
not cursed at all.
That is very cursed. Creep.
He is not cursed. He's
Oh,
beautiful.
cherry cursed.
He's beautiful.
But yeah,
that is a cat that likes ale. Okay.
Yeah. Hates Mondays as well. I'm sure.
Yeah. Exactly. Nailed it. All right.
I think that chipmunk is still alive. Or is it dead? It looks like it's like twitching.
It was definitely not entirely dead at the time. There, by the way, if you actually head to the imager, you should be able to get it with sound. He's trying to meow through the mouthful of
Oh
chipmunk.
my god.
It's all muffled and shit.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Incredible. Incredible.
Is there a cat token?
There is not. I would have to make a.
How?
make a
Why
cat
did
token.
you not prep this?
Oh yeah, you know what?
I have one.
Oh, you
Alright.
do? Even better. Please tell me it's that picture I just sent.
It should be now.
Oh no! Knowing Iliad, I'm sure it is a token of that face. Good.
I fucking hope so.
Give me 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and I can have that face in a token.
Yep.
So this is inside the warehouse. What side? Where are we coming from, Hobby?
This is no. So this would be the open door
In the back.
in the back.
Okay.
And so as you slink your way around, yeah, this is what you see. Let me I believe I do have something to describe it. The interior of the warehouse is piled high with crates, boxes, and packages, mostly marked with alchemists' personal symbols and fragile or handle with care. A closed door offers a way into a walled-in area to the northwest. That would be maybe this area here. A mechanical lift stands along the south wall to the east, and two iron spiral staircases rise from the northeast and the southwest corners. So this lift right here is what it's referring to.
And what does that like lead to, the lift? What does it do?
There's a hole in the ceiling of this first floor, and through a couple of pulleys and rope systems, there's a there's a platform that can be lowered and raised between the two floors. Currently, it's the. If I'll just kind of outline where the hole is. The hole is right about like that.
Okay.
But obviously there's not a hole in the ground. This hole is in the ceiling of this floor.
I would like to use my keen kitty sense of smell and see if maybe I could pick out like a trail of strong cologne, because it's what I remember about this Dory person.
Sure. Absolutely.
That would be an 18. I don't think, unless you want me to roll with the advantage to see if I get higher.
Sure. Roll one more time there.
And to the extent that it helps, the token is ready in Discord.
Oh, amazing.
It's
That
fucking
is
so cursed.
that is terrible.
I love him.
I'll prepare one for Craver.
I am going to beg to be this kitty all the time now.
Oh dear. All right. Broom Catla.
Broom Catla. Wait, someone called me. Cathilda was
Cathilda is
Cathilda.
Cathilda is pretty good.
Because when I got turned into the orca on the one session, hashtag free Hilda became a big one for a while.
Oh dear.
That's basically channel lore now.
All right. I am importing it now. The cursed image.
I am going to save that image.
Craver, just to make sure I heard you correctly, you said you're a brown and gray cat. Is that right?
Sure. There you are.
Great.
There you are. Oh Lord. Let me.
I'm so beautiful.
Oh my God, what a horror.
Oh no.
Fucking eldritch nightmare.
I mean, it feels appropriate, honestly, with the fact that we're in fucking Innsmouth.
You should be able to control it now. It's so hideous. Oh, truly awful. Okay. Kitty senses reveal a lot of chemical smells,
Okay.
but nothing readily identifiable as perfume.
Is can I pick apart anything outside of the chemical smells? Like, is there like an off smell anywhere?
From your current position, no.
Okay.
I think you what you can glean from this is that
Oh wait.
Mr.
I get a +3 to perception, so that would be a +4, so that would be a 21.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Because
I just
you
noticed that
do
in my
have-
skills.
Yeah, you do have. Yeah, you have a +3 to perception.
Yeah. I don't know if that changes anything, but
it doesn't. But basically, what you can glean is that Mr. Dory does not come here often or possibly at all.
okay. I would like to stealth
Okay.
and just kind of slink around in the shadows, make my way upstairs.
Okay. You do have a
oof.
+4.
I have a
Okay.
+6 with my dex. So that would be an 11. That's still pretty bad for a cat. I am a chubby girl. And I look a little bit cross-eyed, wonky-eyed, so, you know, maybe I'm bumping into shit.
Possibly. Yeah, let's you do you Yeah, I don't think the warehouse workers are going to pay you much mind.
Cool.
I think it's a pretty common occurrence to see some cross-eyed cats.
I'm gonna make my way up the staircase. Did you tell us how many levels the warehouse was?
It is 3. It is this building is 3 stories tall.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna make my way up the staircase.
Okay.
Krafla is following.
Yep.
I believe
let me-
Krafla's cat token is also in
That
Discord
is ready.
It will be here very soon. Oh, look. It has arrived.
I love it.
Gosh, what a duo. What a duo.
Just
Okay,
a couple of boys. A couple of little boys.
2 normal cats.
Yep.
So as you go up the stairs, here's the second floor. I believe I do have a. Oh. No, I don't have a. I don't have anything here, but it is much the same. These boxes are marked in a similar way. There are definitely less people up here. Currently there are no people up here. Above this on the 3rd floor, you're able to see that there are it's kind of open to this area. I'll just go ahead and reveal the 3rd floor here. So it's kind of there's kind of a upper walkway looking thing. This warehouse worker here seems to be like just kind of leaning against the railing, smoking some kind of cigar.
The image directly below me is the 2nd floor, and then the next one's the 3rd floor that the guy is leaning on the rail.
Yes. So this is 1st floor, 2nd floor, and highest floor, the third floor.
And no one's on the second floor.
No one is currently. No one is on the second floor. But these three workers here are currently loading some boxes onto the platform. Presumably to bring it up to the second floor.
Okay, and the third floor is the highest.
Yep.
All these boxes are closed, right?
All of these boxes are closed, yes.
The guy in the third floor, is he like looking down into the second floor?
Passively, sure. But he's really not paying that much attention. He's just
Okay.
possibly he's on a break or something similar.
Cathilda is going to leap onto the boxes and kind of make her way to like these smaller boxes in the back. And she's gonna try to like dig and claw at one to try and like pry some of like the boards off to open it.
Did you make a strength check?
Yeah, let me see what my
Here's,
a negative
Your
4.
strength
I'm the
is-
strongest.
you are just a cat.
This is gonna be a miracle. Yeah, no, that's an 8.
Yeah, claw as you might. You just succeed in putting some scratch marks into the crate.
Do any boxes seem like... Are there any boxes that seem out of place or like different than the other boxes?
Going off your other 2 perception checks, which were above 20. No.
Okay.
All of these seem perfectly legitimate.
All right. I am gonna walk back towards Krafla, and I'm gonna do that like friendly kitty headbutt side rub that ends in me showing him my butthole as I walk away and go back downstairs. Just normal cat shit.
Cat Krafla takes a half-hearted swing at Cat Broomhilda's tail as she goes by, but doesn't connect, and then follows her.
Cathilda looks like she wouldn't have even felt it if it's connected anyways. Oh no.
You got that little stubby ginger cat tail.
My face says no thoughts, head empty.
That is precisely
that was my ginger cat. That was him.
Oh no. What a guy.
Man. The eyes being at different angles really sells it. Really sells it.
They're just so dead.
Oh boy.
Before I leave, I am going to go inspect this room back here. Is the door closed?
The door is closed, yes. You shouldn't be able to see inside here.
I
It's
paw at
locked.
I paw at the door to see if maybe it's open.
It is not. It is latched.
I meow obnoxiously outside the door. Like borderline like yowling.
One this is semi clearly one of the like a kind of a guard, armed with a rather large club. He approaches, but not aggressively. Like he just like kind of crouches down next to you and asks you in a in the voice that humans use to talk to animals, if you would like to get inside.
I rub myself against the door and mew very cutely in response to this.
Probably says something like, "Oh, is there a mouse in there? Is there a mouse in there?"
I scratch at the door, eagerly.
And he stands up and then turns the handle, lets you in, and then returns to his door.
What is this room I am now in?
This area appears to be some kind of business office. It has some filing cabinets, work desk, and like a conference table. It also has 2 sets of bunk beds.
Okay. Do I see anything? Is there anything on the desk?
There seems to be someone at the desk. Doesn't like she looks up briefly. Kind of like a minor look of annoyance passes over as the guard lets in an animal. But she just returns to her paperwork.
Do I see any rodents in this room? Is there anything scurrying about?
During the daytime, no. It's possible that you'd be able to hear something like within the walls.
Okay.
But
this
scurrying about now, no.
Are these cabinets on the walls? Like by the desk? On either side of the desk?
Yeah. Both this and this are all filing cabinets.
Okay. What is this?
Those are 2 chests.
And they're shut, I'm assuming.
Both of them are shut, yes. They have both of them have like a couple stacks of papers on top of them. Not tall stacks, but just like a few loose papers.
On her desk, what's on her desk? Are there any books? Is just loose paper?
She appears to be working in a ledger.
I'm going to jump up on the desk and do like the cute, like try to rub against her hand and purr the please pet me cat move.
She sighs and puts down the quill and ink and pets you.
I once again pull the famed cat move where they show you their butthole. And while I'm doing this, I am going to attempt to grab the ledger in my mouth and bolt out the door with it.
Like it's before you attempt this, like this isn't a small. This is not a small.
Yeah, I imagine it's like one of the big leather-bound books.
Yes.
So
it weighs as much as you, I'm sure.
The way that I see Broomhilda's cat, her brilliant cat mind, is when she goes to grab the ledger, she really is just getting a mouthful of the like edge of the paper and is gonna try to kind of like tear away with it and off the table. So whether that drags the book with her or maybe like rips out a chunk of pages. But I see that being her her move.
All right. All right. I think this is this clerk is I'd imagine just leaning on the ledger.
Is she leaning and petting me?
I'd say maybe she has an elbow on it, and
okay.
And she puts away the quill and is petting you with her dominant hand.
Okay.
I think you quickly figure out that the book is not going to move. But I think if you want to like just try and bite a single page, I think you could definitely do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to like tear a page.
Okay. Like I think this is gonna be surprising enough where I think you do it. I think you bite a page and go for the door.
Yeah, I just bail. You want me to roll anything for this?
No, I don't think it takes a strength check to rip paper. So you're bolting out the door, have a crumpled piece of paper in your mouth.
Yep.
When Craftless sees Cathilda tearing away, he immediately pops up and starts chasing her. So he's hot on her tail.
I really like your sound effects there, Craftless.
Yeah,
it's very realistic, isn't it?
It's so realistic.
Really turned himself into a cat.
The roleplay. I like it.
Yeah, this cat roleplay is incredible. And as you exit the warehouse and maybe leap over the fence, or maybe go through the fence, that's where we're going to end it for tonight. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, thank you for letting me be a hideous, horrifying cat.